Hey everyone, Kaiser Soze here, Maximum Carnage, and today I've got a war attack from Rundrinkski. In the last war, Desafio, that we had, we won, and we won quite handily, and we should have because we had a reasonable advantage through the mid Town Hall 9s, and that really has a positive impact on wars naturally. So I just wanted to show this attack though. This is a GoVaLo. You can see the troops that Run has available at the bottom. And this attack was really good. It literally is one of my favorite attacks of all time in terms of just an ability to be able to judge the number of troops that are needed for a specific type of an attack, and taking the right troops and using it at the right time to be able to deal with everything that's in a base. So the big key for this attack is the air defenses and being able to get them. And Run looks and knows that if he earthquakes out the center structure just north of where the town hall is, that he's going to have access to all of the air defenses, and then he puts in enough Valkyries to be able to take care of them, and then can target balloons on the outside. So I'm just going to let it run here. You can see 2 minutes for the attack. He's got a full minute, over a minute left. So he drops the Quake, and the Quake spells will open up the entire core. So you can see that large area, and not only does it have access to the air defenses, but also both heroes as well. Puts in a Hog to be able to draw the clan castle. That's important anytime you're using Valkyries, because Valkyries can't shoot drags. So you draw it out early enough to be able to allow your heroes and wizards to be able to take care of it. He puts in some of the Valkyries early to be able to clear out the trash with the Wiz. Uses an early heal as well to keep the wizards up to be able to deal and kill the clan castle. The remainder of the Valkyries now go in. He's not using a jump spell. He knows that the first Valks have already cleared the trash, so the second grouping is going to be able to go in. Again, an early heal on Valkyries, especially in densely populated areas where there's a lot of defenses, are a big key. So through the Teslas here, he's keeping those Valkyries under heal, and he begins to target just a couple of balloons here onto that outside cannon, which also helps to draw a little bit of fire from the archer tower. He knows that by the time the loon gets there, the air defense is going to be taken care of. The remainder of the loons start circling in. A special focus here is just on air targeting defenses. So he doesn't want to put too many loons on cannons or mortars. Puts a couple loons, though, on the distracted archer towers and whiz towers, and the balloons then collapse. There's no more defenses left. It's just purely a matter of cleanup going around the outside. You can see he's got both of his heroes here in great shape. More than enough cleanup troops. Valkyries left, loons left. Just some fantastic stuff by Run there. Not only is it great taking advantage of a scout and seeing what is up in the base and where, formulating a plan, but especially being able to decide how much of each are necessary. And you know that he's taken the right amount of loons. He only took 10, and it was more than enough to be able to take care of the job. And that's what you want to do. You want to start with the premise, which is a GoVaLo attack, opening it up, and then you have to decide on how many troops to be able to take. And just a great job there by recognizing what is the optimal number of balloons to be able to take to be able to clearly get the job done and just decimate the base. Great great attack by Run. And while we're up, I might as well show a couple of more. We've got, I'm going to just go to the war details screen here, and we have got Trey's attack. I think it was the second one. Yep. So this is a white flag base. So just the premise of any white flag base, they can be go-wiped. They're anti-hog bases as well. It's stretched out and spread out. You don't know where the spring traps are. The heals don't work in densely populated areas because everything's so spread out. So it's just meant to protect against hog attacks. You can always take a go-wipe, though, by basically you take out any two corners. So you can wipe out this corner, and then you can wipe out this corner if you want. And once those corners are wiped out, you basically push in through the middle of the base, knowing that the corners will keep, because the corners are dead, your troops won't stray. So in this case, I posted a scout on Bindle saying we might as well attack directly at the queen. The queen's powerful. The CC being right in the center means it doesn't really have an advantage from one side or another, so might as well attack on the queen side, taking as many. So you can just simply place a loon on the cannon here, and that will take care of it. Another loon on the cannon here, and once those cannons are dead, you just put 2 wizards on each of the corners and give it a minute, and those corners will be wiped out. Then you can just place your golems and the bulk of the troops with P.E.K.K.A.s, everything else. A jump spell in between the wizard tower and the air sweeper, that's going to get you to the core. And then on the outside, once those outer defense rings troops are distracted, you can simply place a couple of balloons to take care and clean up the remainder of the defenses. So I had posted that scout, and we're going to take a quick look here at Trey. He doesn't have max loons open. He does put the single loons down. Now we could see before the cannons are dead, he puts in wizards. Instead of putting in 2, he puts in more than 2. And you can see now he's got 3 wizards dead over in this corner. And up here, 3 of the 4 I think that he put down are also dead. So a big key here is if you're targeting those cannons, just give it a minute for those loons to work. And then don't put down more wizards than what you need. Literally, 5 wizards will kill an elixir pump in a single shot, where 2 wizards, they will kill it in a single shot as well. The other 3 are just following around and not doing anything. So you want to use only enough wizards that you need. And you want to place them naturally when the defenses that are going to kill them are dead. So he puts the remainder of the troops here in the middle. And he's trying to hold back some wizards. And right here, just getting through those storages, this is a better place potentially for those wizards. He could have used them. Now at this point, so he drops the heal spell for the clan castle. He is late though on the heal. You want everything to path through the poison, so not late on the heal. The heal spell's good. He is late though on the poison. You want to put the poison right in front of where the clan castle is, directly in their path, so everything has to path over it. A loon, just as an example, a balloon that starts at one side of the poison will die by the time it reaches the other end of the poison, so you won't even have to deal with it. You don't want it to stop and drop the poison. You do it early. And the other thing, he's got a jump down, which is good, but he does not put the rage. Raging the troops and raising the wizards, the big priority there is just simply trashing that kill squad and moving your troops into the middle of the base as early as possible. So the rage goes down here a little bit later after the clan castle goes in. He's got the rest of the troops that are in there now. And now as things are distracted, he could begin targeting some loons. So we could stop here. You could see this archer tower and the whiz tower and the cannon. Everything here is distracted. And it's been distracted for a while. So simply targeting a couple of balloons in there will take care of those defenses, and they won't even shoot the balloons. Same with now the opposite side. Everything's engaged. There's no loons down. Nothing is close enough to that far end. And he's waiting as his troops here begin pounding on walls. The golems are taking it, and we can again still see that these troops here are all targeting what's in the middle. Clearly it should have been 45 seconds ago that loons were placed. So the queen takes care of the lower section. He still has both of his heroes up, although both abilities have been used. I'm just going to 2x it here. He now puts in all of his loons. Instead of just targeting a couple at a time on distracted defenses, he puts them in one group. And doing that ends up being bad because whiz towers, we'll just watch the whiz tower, it will do damage to all of the balloons. And when that happens, things like the Tesla, the air defense, and the archer tower are just going to be able to take them out without any hesitation or problems whatsoever. So it would have been much, much, much better placing like 2 balloons just on this archer tower when it began to be distracted. And same over on this side, a couple of balloons. You only need 2 or 3 when all of the defenses are distracted anyway. 2 or 3 balloons on those distracted defenses will allow it to be able to take care of it. Short of there being air traps or air larries or anything like that. So now we're going to go and show Chaser's attack on the same base, and we'll just kind of point out some of the differences here to show how come it results. So we could see here again a very quick attack. There's less than 2 minutes in this entire attack. So he's got max balloons, that's always better, but nothing's shooting at them anyway. So it takes 2 shots from these to be able to take out the cannon. Once the cannons are down, he's going to place some wizards, and you can see that he is economical. He only places 2 whiz in each of the corner. There's no sense on spending 3 or 4. The balloons that he placed, they can be sacrificed. It's an incredibly great trade to exchange 5 troop space, a single balloon, for a defense like a cannon or an archer tower. So now all the troops are going into the middle. They're able to follow the trash easily in the middle because the trash is now gone on the outside. So he allows everything to kind of catch up, puts the jump down nice and early to make sure nothing's going to be distracted. He puts down a heal spell. Things begin to jump. He puts down the rage, and you can watch. Once those wizards engage here, boom, they just completely shut down the kill squad. They all push through quickly. They keep in that rage spell for quite a while, and the second rage goes down early to be able to take care of the remainder of the core. You can see all of the defenses here now. Look, literally all of the perimeter defenses on the outside, all the way around the base, are shooting into the core. So he knows that he has got those troops distracted. The advantage of those early spells allowed everything to be able to push through quickly. So he's dropped some loons here on the cannon. They are going to push through to the wizard tower, which is still hurting both balloons. The archer tower was distracted, and now it begins to engage. The loons do enough to be able to take it out. Opposite side loons here, a couple go down to be able to take care of that cannon. And he's got the remainder of the cleanup whiz that's happening, and now the only thing left is the single archer tower. And that's not going to be a problem whatsoever. Anything would be able to take it out, be it the balloons that he's got. The P.E.K.K.A.s naturally is just an overkill on the base, and it gets demolished. So realistically, there's a slight difference in terms of the having max balloons, better heroes, but the critical difference there was the timing of the deployment. Using the rage on the clan castle at the same time as a heal, if you're using Go Wipe to take care of that clan castle quickly, is always a good idea. Early spells on a large group of troops generally work better than waiting until the end, and then putting in the loons a little bit earlier, allowing some of the defenses to be distracted so they're not even targeting your balloons, is always a help. That's a difference there in just some of the Go Wipe deployment and talking about a white flag base, because you will see those every once in a while. The highlight of this one naturally was the GoVaLo attack by Run, and it's not even to point out so much what a GoVaLo attack is as much as just attributing a great scout by Run to be able to figure out how many troops that he's going to need. And for anyone who's just learning how to choose the right troop loadout, starting with basic loadouts and basic sets works really well at the beginning, and you have to work out your way up to be able to recognize how many Valks you should take or how many wizards you should take, all that stuff. But it begins with the scout, and it begins with trying to at least choose the right targeted attack for each of the bases. So great job by Run. We're in tough in this next war that we're going to have. We're going to find out what happens. And if there's something interesting that happens as a result of that, I'll get hopefully another video up with a post on it. All right, Kaiser Soze, Maximum Carnage, more to follow.